in order for a non-compete to be enforceable, it has to meet certain restrictions and certain criteria. In Texas, that criteria is, number one, it has to be ancillary to an otherwise enforceable agreement, hence an employment agreement. Number two, the scope of services has to be reasonable. And so it can't exclude you from services that the practice doesn't have any realistic reason for excluding you from. It has to contain reasonable geographic restrictions. It can't say throughout the entire state of Texas. It has to be reasonable in its duration. How long will it last? And this is one of the things that we really negotiate into a non-compete of when it will be applicable and when it will not be applicable. Because if your employment, let's say, is terminated by the employer without cause, why should you have to pick your family up and move out of the geographic area for the duration of that non-compete if you didn't do anything wrong? And so this is where we get involved and we help physicians routinely negotiate their non-compete, negotiate the language that goes into the non-compete, and negotiate the exceptions to the non-compete so that you have some protection also. In Texas, for a non-compete to be enforceable against a physician, it has to contain a reasonable buyout. Well, what is that number? What is a reasonable buyout? Well, the statute provides that it can be determined by an arbitrator. Well, that's expensive. And so usually you want to have a defined amount included in the contract, in the agreement, right from the get-go as to what it's going to cost you to buy out. And that agreement needs to contain an amount that is fair and reasonable. So again, with as many of these as we've reviewed and negotiated, we can tell you pretty well what the standard amounts are when we're reviewing that agreement for you. Further, in Texas, in order for a physician non-compete to be enforceable, it has to provide you with access to patient records, and it has to also provide that it cannot interfere with your providing treatment to a particular patient during the course of an acute illness.